Hello everyone, I'm here to ask a few questions in terms of music education, well, especially for students who are studying music. How do you go about learning music? Do you see it as, different courses that you have to learn for different things? Or do you see it as it's a whole package and that everything that you learn applicable it's applicable to something else, or it's all connected. So for example, it's almost like a tree. Talk about music education. So we have the roots, the bark, and we have our branches. So we may have different areas. You have theory, oral skills, conducting, performance, listening and appraising, composing. And these are all elements, are all branches that are in the music education. So if you, as a music specialist in training, or persons who are working with music, if you apply all that you are garnering in other areas and apply them, so you'll see exactly how they fall into place. It's just like the elements of music. We have like rhythm, pitch, tempo, dynamics, form, uh, what's the other one? Harmony, texture, all of those. If you look at it, these may be 7 or 9 different things, different areas, which all have unique features of their own, but still they are dependent on each other. So, like for example, um, dynamics works with pitch, works with rhythm, also tempo, meter. All of them are connected. So if you look at what you're learning and even apply it to in the most simple form, what do you listen to? What do you do in your spare time? If you listen to music, and it doesn't matter the genre, once you can apply the concepts of music education, you keep on learning. It's almost like learning to walk or learning to talk. You have to get the syntax, the tactile things, and then you apply, because once you have a strong foundation, you're good to go. If you have a weak foundation, then all of the knowledge that you're going to gain over that, you're just going to topple it over. So sometimes we may feel a little bit flustered in terms of what is happening with music, what is happening with other courses connected. And yes, there are some technicalities, but if you are able to apply them once you get the knowledge, we live in a world now that we have the world at our fingertips, Google, and sometimes also be very wary of some of the content that you get on the internet. Sometimes they're not factual, or they may be fabricated. So use wisdom and just use all that you've garnered, apply it to your daily life, see how it works practically. You just like almost like you got an oral um, lesson, and you got the content, but you've never tried it. You have to be practical, because we have a very practical area. And so my advice to you is just like Circle of Fifths or the Circle of Life. The one famous singer composed that. Everything is connected, and it's a circle for a reason, because we don't have this over here, this over here, this over here, and everybody is different. Everything works together, connected. We have to separate them so you understand the concepts of each. But if you look at the grand scheme of things, all are in play. So it's for you to distinguish what is this, what is that, and you get to analyze and determine, that this is exactly what is happening. This is what the form is. This is what's happening, and measure. Yeah, so you can tell, and you can stand firm in what you're saying. So have fun learning music. A lot of times people get turned off music because especially if they've not had formal training, if you're used to just a natural talent, And when the work comes in about theory and about these concepts, then people might say, I never knew that it was so much work. But it's just like language. Just like learning a language, you have to learn the basic things. You have to learn how they apply in context, in sentence form, how you compose a sentence, how you write an essay, how you have a conversation. Same concept with music. Music is a discipline, and it's for smart people. And most people who are doing music, they're genius. So apply, do all you can. The beautiful thing about music is that there's no age limit. So you can be in your before years, you can be in your late prime years, you can be in your 40s, you can be in your hundreds. You're still learning applicable because it's music education. So it's always learning something new. So once you have that concept, I don't think we have learned all the music that there is in the world. I certainly have not. But I know enough to can function in any setting. So have fun learning, take the content and use it as wisdom so you can apply it to your next phase of journey. Alright, so all the best to you in your studies, all the best to you, making, creating music, performing music, and you know, keep it high, keep the banner high, and be always in your best shape. Whatever you're doing in music, give off your best. So don't do no piano piano something.